Welcome to Impact Duty. I'm your host, Hamisha Daryani bringing you empowering stories of friends and people I admire. Their voices have given me joy and the momentum to share their stories with you. Hamisha Daryani Ahuja is a film producer, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and author. She founded Bistro 7, a chain of restaurants in Lagos, in 2012, which was recently acquired. Hamisha started her coaching business in 2017 and has worked alongside prestigious organizations and entities like Coca-Cola, the Young Presidents Organization, Miss Nigeria finalists, and the Big Brother Niger. Hamisha has founded the company Forever 7 Entertainment, focusing on content for both the Nollywood and Bollywood industries. Hi, Hamisha. How are you? Welcome to Impact Duty.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
I can't tell you how happy I am to have you on Impact Duty.
Me too.
How have you been? And how has it been over there in Nigeria?
Good. So we're opening up now. Lagos is opening up. Life is going back to normal. Cases are still going up, but I think the economy takes over, right?
Yeah. The new normal has set in.
So we went to a restaurant for the first time after 6 months yesterday.
Really?
So that was interesting. How about you?
We've returned to the new normal over here. We do see a little bit of the second wave seep in, but honestly, I think the new normal has been quite a part of us right now since June. So I've been physically back to work since June. Yeah. We're keeping our fingers very crossed.
For sure.
Yeah, and Hamu, I'm so very excited to talk about your new venture, Namaste Wahala. It's a fusion Bollywood, Nollywood film. It's exceptional because there's nothing ever made of its kind till date. So I'm just excited to have you tell us so much more about it, from creation and conceptualization right down to the research and now post-production. Tell us, Hamu.
Yes. So we're in post right now. So yes, it's exciting. It's actually been almost now a year project. What was meant to be a 6-month project ended up being a year because of COVID. But I always believe there's a bigger reason for that. There's a reason why I needed to take my time. I'm usually always in a rush. And we were going to do this movie A to Z in 6 months. And now it's elongated, but I do get it because it's such a process. And it's a really, really nice learning journey. So where to start? You want me to start from the beginning?
Yes. How did you come up with this?
How did I come? Okay, so I mean, there's two sides to it. One is passion, one is business, and combining the two. As Sindhis, we like doing all that, right? So I sold my restaurant last year, Jan. Something that I ran for 7 years. Yeah. I was on this deal for a very long time, and I really wanted to get it so that it could free me up to pursue what I've always, sort of dreamed of since I was a kid. So once that happened, I was like, what am I going to do now? It took me a bit of time. I think from back in the day, we're all Bollywood fans. So that's something that's been, part of me. From a business perspective, Nigeria, Nollywood, the industry is growing a lot. There's so much talent here. I think, what we were back in the day, Bollywood, maybe 60, 70 years ago, is where we are with Nollywood. So the growth is going to be crazy. Nigerians have grown up on Bollywood. So a lot of a couple of my actors, a lot of my friends say they know Shami Kapoor, they know Amitabh Bachchan. So it's a huge thing here. Even ZTV. ZTV is huge in Nigeria. So you go to any hairdresser, you go to any supermarket, they'll be playing ZTV in the background, and it's dubbed in English. So this is yes. And then we went into ZTV, and so anywhere you go, ZTV is playing, and what they do is they dub it in English so everyone can understand it. So all this time wondering why nothing has happened where both come together. So people here love Indian movies. Nigeria, Nollywood's doing amazing. So why not? Let's try this. So it's a bit of a risk, but I think it's calculated and it's exciting. So that's where the idea was born. And Nollywood movies are in English. So the idea is I've grown up here my whole life. I know the cultural nuances of both. and let's join the two and make it a 90s style. So I'm doing the whole nostalgia. So it's not your
Uh-huh.
modern day, what we're seeing nowadays, like the thrillers, because what I'm watching, Indian web series, super modern,
Right.
super, today. So this is not that. This is very like we're going
Okay.
to be dancing around trees.
Oh,
We're going to
wow.
have all of that stuff to bring back that nostalgia. But of course, I
Wonderful.
mean, done in a modern way and with a lot of Nigerian influence as well. So that's,
Wonderful. And you've got a very unique name, Namaste Wahala. Do you
yes.
want to tell us a little bit more about that?
So that I just, to be honest, I got the name before I got the story because again, this was just in my head. Namaste is the most recognized Indian word, and everybody knows Wala. Wala is trouble.
Yes.
So put the two
Thank
together,
you.
it's hello trouble.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, so I just thought, and then we worked the story around it. Hello trouble. You're getting Indians, you're getting Nigerians together, you're getting the families together. They tell their parents they want to marry each other. What trouble is going to ensue?
Haven't you heard about love at first sight? She's the girl who I want to marry.
Are you serious? This is not gonna happen.
You bring me an Indian?
Wonderful. Great. And Hamisha, was it hard to research and put this together? It was your first film. It is your
Yes.
first film.
It is my first film. How do I say this? So this is something where research not as much. I mean, when it came to the script, a little bit of research was involved there, but I did
Uh-huh.
write a workshop for the script
Oh,
to
really?
just get ideas out, and so that really helped. But I had already had an idea in my head of what the story would be, but it was just
Uh-huh.
getting okay. What are we going to do next? How does it work? Um, so that's where it started. But really, really, I would say the only formal research I did before I actually started was a Mira Naya course and masterclass. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so it was really, really jumping into the deep end,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, it was a proper learning curve. But I always believe, I did this with the restaurant. Yes, I studied restaurant management, but really,
Hmm.
nothing prepares you. Education doesn't prepare you for experience, and what I
I
experienced in
agree.
the restaurant, I didn't learn in school. So what I learned on set is really the knowledge I think I needed to get into this career.
Wonderful. Yes, I believe so. And as
Mhm.
you mentioned, this is your first film, but you've donned many hats. You've taken many journeys. You've been a restaurateur. You've been um, now a filmmaker.
Mhm.
But take us through that journey because there is a small journey I'd like you to highlight, which is your journey as a life coach.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll let you take us backwards and then draw us to the
Sure.
present.
So I mean, actually, I would say simultaneously through the restaurant, while I was running the restaurant, near the end, one of the main reasons I wanted to get it quiet is I did lose the passion. So it became a
Uh-huh.
business. I always love combining business and passion. And the minute you stop having
Right,
it be a passion, I feel like that's when things start going downhill. So
right,
that's when near the end, it was a baby though, so I didn't want to just let it go. And
for sure.
that's how it all started. So I went through a little bit of a, let's say, crisis mode. And I developed this course called The Pursuit of Happiness. This is
Uh-huh.
after visiting A Fest, Awesomeness Fest. I know we're both fans of Vishen Lakiani, who started this amazing program.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I met Lisa Nichols there. She's the law of
Uh-huh.
attraction coach on The Secret. And I
You've
think that just
introduced me to Lisa.
she's awesome, right? And
Yes.
I trained with her. So I just got really excited meeting her, and then we did a course together. And then after that, I just slowly, just like the movie, step by step, created a course. I had a copywriter. We
Wow.
worked together to create it. And again, just like with the movie, my first workshop was my first, try, let's say. And it was more magical, I think, for me. After it was sold out, the first one, which was exciting. I did it in the
Really?
restaurant. Yeah, it was. I didn't expect that, but it happened. I guess with
Wow.
the law of attraction, and I
Yes.
used the restaurant to sort of help me push this along, and it took on a
Uh-huh.
life of its own. So the stuff that I taught in there, I teach actually not taught in there. I teach in there is things like gratitude, law of
Hmm.
attraction, manifestation, dreaming big. No matter what your
Right.
dream is, go for it. And so naturally, while doing that, I follow my own steps. And then that was where I never really thought in this time of my life I'd be making a movie. But the course and practicing these tools just pushed me so much faster into it. And
really,
that's how I watched the movie.
Yeah,
it builds it up.
because it does, right? Yeah. And I'm going to focus in on manifestation as a tool to self-discovery and self-actualization and clarity of purpose, because I know it's played an essential role in your life and now spreading it on to others. So I'm going to take you through manifestation and mindfulness and ask you to tell us a little bit more.
Okay. About the course, like some of the steps, would you like to go through that?
Whatever you'd like to share, or how essential it's been to you in creating the success that you have.
Okay. I would say, honestly, I mean, comparing, I didn't follow this as much in the restaurant, comparing it to this career, 100%. Because, I mean, some of the things with the law of attraction, I'll go back to what I always tell everyone about gratitude. It's a very simple practice, but mindfully practicing it, doing it very consciously, and actually making it like an exercise. I hate saying the word homework because of the negative connotation to it, but treating it like that. And really when I tell people in my course, I say, when you shower, you don't forget to shower every day, right? If you can associate gratitude with the shower, that makes it ingrained in you. And funny enough, since the lockdowns happened, I haven't missed a day of gratitude. I mean, written gratitude. And really? I find when I practice this, when I practice those tools, things just happen a lot faster, a lot quicker than if I don't do my practices. So it's all practice for the mind, right? Like we all go to the gym, we all exercise, but I feel like we all need mindfulness practice as well, because it helps clear stuff and also opens the path to what you're meant to do next. Because for sure, in Jan last year, I had no idea. I mean, part of me was, what am I going to do? I'm starting over at this age, and then suddenly following these tools, just mindless, just doing it, sort of gave me the path to go and do what's next.
Right. And Pursuit of Happiness, are you still conducting courses? I know it started as, was the first Pursuit of Happiness a corporate workshop? Tell us a bit more about how that was formatted and a little bit more about Pursuit of Happiness.
So again, sometimes I believe when you're teaching something and maybe it's meant to spread, it just takes on a life of its own. So my first workshop, I limited it, but like I said, I sold out. I had 14 people attend, and I actually only wanted 12. But I got the 14, which I never complain about that. Super intimate, super interactive. And then, as in how word of mouth spread, the trajectory of that was, I mean, it took on a life of its own. So after that, I got invited to WIMBIZ, which is the biggest human conference in Africa. And they told me to come and speak on stage. And it was so exciting. Wow. I had stage fright back then. So getting up on that stage again was let's jump in the deep end. Let's just do it and see how it goes. And it went. So then after that, I got my first corporate workshop. And my first corporate workshop was Coca-Cola. So that was exciting. Yes. That's what I'm saying. You sometimes you do something not thinking that it's going to go there. But I just went to it. And then after Coca-Cola, one of my favorite and biggest ones, and I would say I'm very excited about this experience, was entering the Big Brother house.
I was so excited about that one.
That was just true. I mean, there's 7 million people watching that. So you can imagine someone with stage fright entering that house for the first time. But again, magical. So something happens when we start. I only had 11 people in front of me, really. 11 housemates who I'd never met. I remember telling the producer when I walked in, I said, what if I need to come out of the house? It's all live. You'll be fine. Don't worry. But right before he entered, he's like, just know that 7 million people are watching you while you enter. I'm like, thanks. But you forget cameras. And I think that comes also from what you're doing and what you're teaching and the interactions and the energies. We connected so nicely that really, really, I forgot about the cameras. We meditated together.
Right. Yes.
So what was exciting about that is what happened even after, because I got so many messages on my Instagram, so many connections, and all of them saying, look, we meditated with you, we connected with you through the screen. So it went crazy. So that's when I realized this is just something that is meant to spread. Because yes, I take steps for sure. I don't believe in just look and destiny. I believe in that. But I do think you consciously have to take steps. But the steps you take just get magnified when it's meant to be. When you're meant to do something that people are meant to take on. So we had a lot of people meditating and doing gratitude with us that day, and people still message me saying, "Hey, we're doing it. There's a slight chance I might go visit them again."
Oh, brilliant. I mean, there's just so many things that I've adopted thanks to you. So gratitude, and my gratitude list is definitely one that I've learned from you. My introduction to Lisa Nichols as a personality that's changed the way I think. That's been thanks to you, and obviously even Vishen Lakhiani. In fact, I've just finished reading his second book, which is The Buddha and the Badass. I just finished reading it this week.
How is it?
Pretty good. More based on entrepreneurship and if you have a company. But definitely one to read and look out for. Yeah. And I'm going to draw you back to Namaste Wahala. So yes, you said that started sometime last year. Did I get that correct with the time frame?
So the idea in my head was around mid last year. Physical work, I would say, started around August, September, so pre-production.
Okay. And was it difficult to get all the actors for?
So
was it difficult?
Like I said, the whole thing is a process, and I learned a lot. Let's say that I used my business experience, and I think that is where business is what I know. Where I was trying to learn and sort of get myself into what was the creativity side of things and the art side of things. And that's where I struggled a little, because I produced and directed it. And that is something where, so production is the finance, production is the, let's make sure we're hitting budget, and then direction is, let's make it beautiful, and let's make sure we don't, let's do 10 more shots when we're supposed to be kicked out of the location we were at maybe 3 hours ago. So there were two hats. I struggled with that a little bit, but I think that I purposely chose those. I mean, it's possible to hire a director. It's possible to get support. I mean, I did, of course, have a lot of people around me. I hired an AD from India. I had a producer. I had a lot of people. I had an amazing script supervisor next to me. So I was learning from everyone. But at the end of the day, the decision is made by the director. And so to make those decisions based on the fact that I was also producing it, based on the fact that I'm working with limited knowledge, was, I would say, my biggest challenge, but also my biggest learning curve. I wouldn't do it any other way. That's for sure. Because that's where you learn the most. And in terms of the process, I did have a consultant. So little things like, they helped me organize auditions. Again, Lagos is also a very small place. So I had a lot of friends that knew this person, that knew this person. Plus, what really helped was the background in restaurants. So like a lot of locations came through from that angle.
Wonderful.
And like I said, things just fell into place. But there was, of course, a clear plan, and it was step by step. And it's surprising how, things just come about.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait to see Namaste Wahala and see all the manifestation that has come through in the filmmaking.
I'm excited to see it as well, because you're a Bollywood person, right?
Yes, totally.
I don't wanna let you go.
And Hamisha, you've broken many glass ceilings. You've created paths that have never actually been walked on before, especially for women. But I'm sure it's not always been smooth sailing. But how have you used these stumbling blocks to create stepping stones of success?
Oh, so stumbling block, I've fallen a lot. And I think, again, I'm going to go back, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I think that I've improved a lot because of the pursuit of happiness, because of the workshop. So a lot of times during the restaurant days, I would struggle because I didn't have these tools. I hadn't developed the course. I hadn't met Vishen and Lisa Nichols and all that. So the struggles were a lot more. But I really do I still go through them. There are days where, I would come back from set in tears sometimes, and things like this. It's normal, right? But what happens is that I find with these practices that you do, it's peaks and valleys, right? Like if you can make your peaks longer and your valleys shorter, that really, really helps. And those valleys that I used to maybe do like this long before now get reduced because I let myself go through it for a bit. Okay, we struggled, we failed, maybe 2 or 3 days of what feeling sorry for myself. But then it's like, okay, even if I don't feel like getting up and doing my gratitude, I don't feel like getting up and visualizing, I'll do it anyway. So make it. And those tools help. That changes, energies change, and then slowly you get it. Sometimes it takes longer, but that's like I would say that's my new learning, that let's try and make those valleys shorter, because we want to change it, right? We want to get back on the peak. Another thing that I did do with the movie is I brought a lot of my teachings into the movie. So some things and the cast and crew had got used to it, and to be honest, they started liking it. But in the beginning, they're not used to meditating on set. So guys,
I love that.
That's the beauty of being the director and the producer, because I was able to say, this is it. This is part of the schedule, right? Every day before we start, it didn't matter who you are. You could be the cameraman. You could be, the biggest actor on set. We would all meet in the living room. We'd all meet wherever we were. If it was a hotel, we'd meet in the conference room. And we would all go around the circle. And I have a lot of footage of that, which, eventually I'll start sharing. Every single person went around and said one thing they were grateful for before we started. Because set can get really stressful. People fight. There's so many points of view. You've got cast, you've got crew, you've got different agendas. So we start off like that, and then I used my Calm app, and I made everybody do a 5-minute meditation, and then we would just.
Wonderful. I'm just going to bring you back to that. You used what app? Can you tell us that again?
The Calm app. Have you used it? Calm. It's my favorite app. It's very, very simple. It's very basic, but I love that, like you can do 5-minute meditations, 10-minute, you can pick your topic. So if I'm feeling anxiousness today, I pick anxiety. If I felt like I should do gratitude, there was a grateful meditation. And there's also daily apps. Daily meditation. So what I do now is I just pick the daily one, and they automatically pick it.
How lovely. I'm sure that really actually changed the vibrations and energy during the filmmaking process.
And it started off,
sorry, you would say?
It started off on the right path, because people get stressed in the end. So it brought everybody back down. And then, of course, later on, maybe stress would come, but at least it got us in the right direction, got everyone to bond. We had tears sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's 14 to 15-hour work days. People are there morning to night. Majority of the crew are camping together. So you're spending just a lot of time, and it's just a lot of energy. So emotions run high.
Yeah. And you shared some of your mentors with us in terms of being a life coach and motivational speaker. Are there any more that you want to share with us? And also for the filmmaking process, are there any mentors or life mentors that you'd like to share with us?
I think life. There's so many people I've looked up to. I know she's under the radar at the moment. Ellen DeGeneres. I'm a really, really big fan of hers. I love her show. I love her kindness. I'm sad to see what she's going through at the moment in the world. People are attacking her show, but there's just something about her. The way her personality, the way she gives, whatever she does. I'm not in love with her. So she's what I've loved her. Another person I'm really a fan of is Priyanka Chopra.
Really?
More for her career. I feel like she has to be practicing tools, law of attraction, something she's doing, because her trajectory has been amazing. She started off was in Bollywood, then she's moved to Hollywood. She's done producing, she's done music. She's married the Jonas Brothers. So she's changed her life completely. But what I really appreciate is she hasn't forgotten her roots. So she's not decided, hey, I'm not Bollywood or not Indian. She's still, like I see on her Instagram, she's still promoting her old Bollywood movies. So she's not acting like, I forgot Bollywood and I moved on. She's still very, very in tune with where she's come from and her roots. And that's what I really love. Shonda Rhimes.
Wow,
her shows, and I love the message, female empowerment. There's so much there. Yeah. And growing up, when I was a child, I'll tell you a little secret. I had another one. It was you, actually. Since growing up, as I used to always look up to you, your personality, your confidence, and so I thought I'd apt time to mention that as well.
Wow.
So clearly very positive women that are confident, that are going out there, achieving, and not forgetting who they are. And of course, have a touch of female empowerment in there and want to impact the world. But also, I mean, of course, know their business and know what they're doing.
Wonderful.
That wraps up the idols.
And what's next on the cards for Hamisha? As in, what are we looking at now as the path for the near future?
So I have to start dreaming again, right? So that's how I do it. I think of something, visualize it, and dream on it. So COVID slowed me down. Usually, like I told you, I'm always in a really big hurry. And maybe that's a flow sometimes. And I think COVID came along for me personally to slow me down and spend it. I mean, this is the first time I've been able to spend so much quality time with family and do all the tools, like everyday meditation, and just relax a little bit rather than, okay, what's next? So in that time, sometimes you do have to change your direction. We don't know where COVID's taking us, what's going to happen. What I really am excited about and what I really hope to come out of this is maybe a TV show. I feel like the way forward is TV shows because, it doesn't mean that you have to go out to watch it. You can watch it from your home. I find people get very attached to characters. The loyalty is there. There's a lot more you can do. So, I mean, it's something, again, like last year, Jan, it was just in my head. Of course, I would love to see where Namaste Wahala goes. I would love to see the life it takes on. I would love to see the feedback, given that it's a fest. But because I've learned so much, I'm so excited for the next project because then I've started with full education on the process. And
Bravo.
Definitely lots of culture clashes. I really enjoyed that part. Lots of diversity topics, So definitely entertainment industry. I just don't know whether I will take on the production, direction, or acting hat. Those are the three options for now.
Right.
So,
Wow. And are web series popular in Nigeria? As in
web series? So currently TV shows are. TV shows. So we have multi-choice DSTV here. So that's where, like, for example, you have the cinema. You have a lot of Nigerian TV shows. So shows are good. And also Netflix has just landed in Nigeria. So Netflix is really trying to push Nollywood in a big way. And they're also doing a lot of original TV shows. I mean, this TV show that I've been watching, Matchmaker, which I absolutely love, Indian Matchmaker from India. People are loving it here. So
it's surprising what a global influence it's become.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a fan of that as well. And again, the passion is there. And I think moving forward in our new normal, that might be a nice thing. I'm also really interested in reality TV. So right now, just marinations happening.
Playing along,
We'll see where it goes, but definitely something with the entertainment.
Oh, Hamisha, I'm so excited to see all your ventures and adventures unfold.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm wishing you all lots of luck. And so do we know when we're going to get to see Namaste Wahala, or that's still?
Oh, I'm hoping soon. So I'm currently at the last phase of post-production, and hopefully we'll have a trailer out for you soon. So basically, what slowed down a little bit, we're working on Zoom. So Zoom is now my new way forward with post. I was supposed to fly to India. Flights are not working at the moment, so we're currently trying to finish the movie online. But fingers crossed, it should be ready in a couple of weeks, and then I will have more information of how I can spread it to the world.
Wonderful. My fingers are very, very crossed, and this is wishing you all the very, very best. May the stars always keep shining for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Take care, Hami.
Take care. Bye.
Ciao.
I want to meet your parents.